What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in here to, remove those. Thank you for tuning in to Christopher Mills Music. Here on YouTube, again, back with another music review for you guys. Again, if you like what you're hearing, share them, like them. If you disagree with me, put it down in the comments. If you agree with me, put it up in the comments. But I'm back again with another review for you guys today. This time, went back and listened to Gary Clark Jr.'s brand new album, This Land. Came out February 21st of this year. For those of you who don't know a whole lot about Gary Clark Jr., get to know him. The man's it's not that he's gonna be amazing, he already is. I think he really came out around 2011. He's straight out of Austin, Texas, very close to home for me right there. So being from Austin, I heard a lot about this dude just from people I knew back home. But he is, signed to a major label. I think he's on Warner Brothers. But again, great musician, absolutely amazing with the guitar, but he does his vocals, does guitar, drums. I think somebody told me he plays trumpet and then keyboard and then actually harmonica, but that comes along with the blues stuff. But he's best known for piecing together blues, rock, especially like classic style rock, heavy classic style stuff, and soul, and then hip hop all together. Right now, I've got playing in the background This Land, which is the title track off of the album. It's one of the bigger singles coming up, and if you haven't heard it, it's great. Just listening to that. But again, he's just a great musician all around. Likes to incorporate a lot of stuff to his music, so that's definitely something I enjoy. And it's a great influence for me, somebody like me. But okay, back to this album. So I picked this up, and it just popped up on my Amazon a couple of weeks ago, and so I picked it up, just thinking, let me check this out. It's just, I like Gary Clark Jr. I've heard some of his other stuff. I'm gonna put it on my list and see what comes out. Anyway, listen to the album. I popped it in on my way to work, burned through half of it, listened to a little bit while I was working out, and then got the rest on the way home. I will tell you this: if you are not heavy into this style of music, if you don't like long guitar solos, if you don't like really very classic rock feel, very Hendrix-like feel to your music, this is not going to be for you, because it's going to seem like it's just too much. You're going to listen to one or two tracks, and then you're going to want to put it away, and then you'll come back to it maybe later, but you're going to want to put it away, because that's what he does. All of his tracks, if not all of them, I will say, but most of his tracks do have a pretty lengthy guitar solo towards the end, if not in the middle where you would normally find him during the break. It's just part of his deal. It's part of his shtick. It's the way he plays. It's what comes across is he has to speak through a guitar. So that's a big part of it. As far as lyrics and actual songwriting, and by songwriting, I mean the lyrics, the words that he's going. He's very simple. He does not get complicated with what he's trying to say. I mean, that's tried and true with blues and jazz musicians. Lyrics is not what you're looking for. You get your point across, you say what you have to say, and you move on to music. Musical solos, musical breaks, musical breakdowns, letting you the solo artist as well as the background artist kind of feel things out and get their music out in front. That's what you're going to get a lot of with this album. He's not you're not going to find really in-depth, deep, let me sit and think about it lyrics. Now, he does get very political, but he's very outspoken in his politics. He's very, what he's trying to say. He's not hiding it behind anything. You're not getting any innuendos and things like that. He just says it. I don't like Donald Trump. He says that. I don't like taxes. He says that. I don't like gun laws. He says that. Like, he doesn't hide behind, he doesn't mince words or anything like that. So that's always cool in a musician. It's something that I respect a lot, is, just getting out front and just saying what you're going to say and not trying to like bury it in some deeper meaning that you leave for your art, for your listeners to dissect later on. So that's a good part of it. But getting back to this album, This Land, which was an absolute great track. There's another one, What About Us, which is another one. You can guess that one has some politics in it. I Got My Eyes on You, really good track. That was another one. Pearl Cadillac is the other one. These are all tracks that I listen to as I go down, and I'm just kind of naming them off in my head. Tracks that just kind of struck out to me. The Governor, another one. Very, very bluesy on that. Very old school bluesy on that one. Is him and literally just the slide on a guitar, the little round thing that some guitarists put on their finger to slide up and down to give a more of a move. I don't know what the word for the tone is, but either way, you hear it in the guitar. You'll know what I'm talking about when you hear it. But that's another one that stood out to me. Out of 17 tracks, they were all really good. I will say there's not a whole lot of... There's cohesion in it, in that you know it's a Gary Clark Jr. album from the moment you start listening to the moment it ends. But if you're, like I said, if you're not into those styles of music, the blues, the rock, the soul, the hip-hop, and you're not open to, hey, if I'm a hip-hop listener but I don't want to hear any rock, well, then you're not going to want to like this album. You're not going to listen to it. If you listen to blues but you don't like classic rock, you're not going to like this album. Those kind of things are what I'm talking about when I say this guy is that's what you're listening for. If you like fusion of those genres, this is for you. This is something you're going to enjoy. If you don't like that fusion, this is not going to be a good album. Now, for me, I do. So, when I was listening to it, I enjoyed it. I went cover to cover on it, and there was not a whole lot that I was really disappointed by. I liked everything that I heard. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. Only reason I knock it down those 2 points from being like the perfect album is honestly because it's hard. Number one, it's hard to make a perfect album. That's just, it is what it is. But number two, again, I can't give it a 10 because it's not for everybody. There were some spots in there where I felt if I knew I wasn't gonna do a review on this album, I would have stopped and I would have listened to something else and taken a break from it and come back later. But I knew I was gonna do the review, and I knew I needed to do it quickly and get it all in and put it all in a video for you guys to check out. So I powered through it, and I'm not angry about that. I'm not sad. I enjoyed it. It's just for somebody who's not like me and listens to nothing but new music and I'm going to check this out and check out that person. If you're not like that, then you want to take a break and go back to something you've heard before and come back to it a little bit later like that, or wait for the singles to come out and listen to those and then decide if you want to buy the album. That's the kind of listener that he's not going to bring in with this. But a diehard or somebody who's really into these styles of music, that's a person who's going to pick this up and enjoy every minute of it. So again, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It was a really good album cover to cover. There's the bad tracks on here, few and far between, if at all. And yeah, he's good. I mean, right now, I'll tell you, Gary Clark Jr. is touring. He's in New York at the moment, I think, as I'm recording this. And honestly, it's kind of cool. The Peterson brothers, who are actually from Bastrop, Texas, are up there touring with him. I saw them post on Instagram the other day that that he invited them to come up and tour with him for 3 dates in New York, and that's really awesome. Big ups to them for what they're doing. I came and saw them at Legacy Hall a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. Wow, that's a long time ago. But they are absolutely amazing as well. If you haven't heard the Peterson brothers, check them out. Other than that, that's all I got. Gary Clark Jr. Again, the album is This Land. Just came out in February. Really good. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I liked it. But you don't have to take my word for it. Like they say on Reading Rainbow, judge for yourself. Go out, pick it up, go out and listen, and let me know what you think. Put it in those comments below if you agree with me. If you don't, put it down there as well. Again, thank you guys for listening. Check me out, ChristopherMillsMusic.com. I got more videos coming on here with you, more reviews, more music coming up, and we'll take it from there. Let me know what you think. At me at $11 at $11 Mills on Twitter. Christopher Mills Music on Facebook and on Instagram. And we'll catch you guys next time. All right.